to round 2, and first up we have Laura.
Okay, so best thing since sliced bread. When did sliced bread become about? Become about?
Became about. And then it became about 1950? This guess, I have no idea.
Yeah. The first commercial use of the machine was by the Chillicothe Baking Company of Chillicothe, Missouri, which produced their first slices on July 7th, 1928.
Oh, I was going to say 1920s, but I didn't.
No, you didn't. You said 1950s.
I did. Like a fool. Yes.
Their product, clean-made sliced bread, went on sale around this time, and it was the first pre-packaged sliced bread on the market. Therefore, the following are technically older than sliced bread: Betty White, Roger Moore, and our Queen Elizabeth II.
Well, I take it by that you mean things that are still alive.
Yeah. There was plenty of names I could have picked from, as it were.
Those are some good ones, yeah.
But I just like the
Roger
idea.
Moore's that old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was born in 1927.
I mean, sorry if you're listening, Roger, but you can't look it. But it's still a bit like him.
Yeah.
Poor old Bond.
000.
Oh fuck. 00 dear.
Yeah, I just like the idea of the best thing since sliced bread when you talk about anything.
Yeah, so the Queen can't be the best thing since sliced bread because she was pre-sliced bread.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
You can get pre-sliced bread.
You can get a non-sliced bread also.
You can.
Okay, so I'm up next. So my fact is Super Drunk, which is about the most alcoholic person ever.
Hi!
Fortunately not. No, it's actually about someone we all know and appreciate, which is Andre Le Giant. Or Andre the Giant. Go on.
We all know him very well.
Yes.
I think I've heard the quantities of this man.
Yeah, yes. I've got a list. Who is the greatest drinker of all time? Without a doubt, it's our favourite giant and star of the Princess Bride. The Princess Bride?
Princess Brian?
That's not, no.
No, the
Princess Brian. He's not the princess, he's a very naughty boy. Right. Star of the Princess Bride, Andre. He used to drink 7,000 calories of alcohol a day. And that's not including any food, that's just alcohol. When wrestling with the WWF, he had his own trailer. Sorry, just to explain this, as gigantism made it painful for him to fly or drive in a normal car/plane, depending on which way round he was doing it. And in his trailer, he would drink a case of beer every 90 minutes, and he would occasionally alternate this with a bottle of vodka or French wine. When he left the WWF, or when he wasn't, the WWF, because it's way back when.
That's the World Wrestling Federation.
I had it down in my thing as WWF several times, so because I thought it was the WWF, but it was like when they were doing WrestleMania 3, so I've been quoted as WWF on at least 3 occasions when I was reading. Worldwide Wrestling. Unless they did a W for world and then one for wide. Don't know. Anyway, when he was doing the wrestling shit, when he left the wrestling stuff, he customised a Lincoln Continental by removing the front passenger seat so he could fit in it. And he would store his own personal stuff in the boot, as we all normally do, but he would also attach a trailer which would be entirely full of ice and Budweiser Tall Boys. When he was touring Japan with Hulk Hogan, when Hulk Hogan was a newbie, Andre would finish a case of Tall Boys per ride, crush each one can with his hand, and then bounce off the back of Hulk Hogan's head. As Hogan was the newbie, it was his job to count the number of cans that he'd finished, so that when he got close to the end, it would be his job to go to the next service station and pick up some more beers. So he would get used to counting the cans that bounced off the back of his head to make sure he knew when they were going low. Other drunken exploits include an illegal chariot race with Dusty Rhodes, another wrestler I'm assuming, in Manhattan, nearly drowning 2 wrestlers in Carolina after one punched him in the face jokingly. Keeping a bar open till 5 a.m. after ordering 40 vodka tonics at last orders.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Failing that, you just stand in front of the door.
Running up a bar tab of over $40,000 over a month. And finally, he holds the unofficial world record for most beers consumed in one sitting. So, he drank 119 12-ounce bottles, which is slightly larger than our 330ml bottle. So, for example, I think what you've got is a 500. Is it 6?
It's on the label.
Here we are. So yours is 660. So yours is slightly larger than a pint, because a pint is 568 millilitres.
So he's drinking two.
Yeah, basically 2 of those. So half of that
Yeah.
would be one of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So he drank 119 of these, which is 341, so it's slightly larger than our 330s. And he did this in 6 hours. And that equates to 71.44 pints in 6 hours. And it's one of the few times that he ever passed out drunk.
It's understandable.
Yeah. And when he did so, he did it in the hallway of his hotel, and they couldn't move him, his wrestling buddies couldn't move him. They didn't want to cause a disturbance, so they put a piano cover over him.
Perfect.
I loved reading about this guy, he was amazing. The chariot race was my favourite. He was drinking with this Dusty Rhodes guy, and he'd had 75 beers by that point. I'm guessing the same size as these other ones. But yeah, 75, and this other guy had 25 beers. So they were big guys, but still. And apparently this other wrestler just saw him get a look in his eye that's apparently quite famous, which means something's going to go down. And it's probably going to be fun, but it's probably going to be illegal.
I'm going to do some dumb shit now.
Yeah. So basically, Andre lifted two open horse carriage drivers out of their seats. Dusty Rhodes threw a bunch of money at them, and they jumped in the thing, had an illegal horse carriage race, Assassin's Creed style, through the streets of Manhattan, avoiding cars, traffics, trams, and crashed both carts a block from their hotel.
Oh, jeez.
At which point, when the police turned up and found them, they were sat in the hotel drinking snifters of brandy and kind of looking incredibly innocent, so they totally got away with it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fair. I was until this. During your intro, I was thinking, "Ooh, I think I can top it." But even my guy comes second place.
Oh, who's your guy?
My guy's a Russian guy,
Okay.
found to be 7 times over the fatal limit.
I thought you were going to talk about the Irish guy, but no, go on.
Had effectively drunk like his body weight in vodka and decided to jump off a car park.
Oh, right, okay.
Hit the ground.
You'd normally think that'd be pretty fatal in itself.
Yeah.
How high was the car park? Because you can get ground level car parks, 2-story car park.
Like 6-story.
Okay,
This guy jumped,
Yeah.
hit the deck, got up, realised it hadn't done anything, went up, did it again, got up, gave up, went back to the pub.
Nice.
That is an incredible feat of, oh, piss, I'm pissed.
I'm so drunk I can't even kill myself.
Given that whole concept that you're muscle relaxant,
Yeah.
and what kills you, or you can trip over and try and stop yourself, and that's what
the whole ragdoll effect.
Yeah, people tend to break their collarbones and such from trying to stop themselves from falling because they brace. This guy just fucking whee.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like if you're drunk driving, bad.
Yeah.
If you're drunk in a car accident, you're more likely to survive. In fact, most accidents, up to a certain point, because you don't brace and all the rest of this. Yeah, like you said.
It's only when blood loss starts to get involved and you're still running an insane risk of brain damage.
Yeah.
Because it's a dilutant to your blood. So if you put your hand through a plate glass window,
You piss it out.
you are going to bleed fast. But for dull impacts,
Yeah.
double suicide attempt, fuck all, gave up, went back to the pub.
Yeah. That's going to be one hell of a hangover, though.
Waking
That drunk and pavement to the face.
Yeah.
Ooh.
woken up with just no rib cage remaining. But yeah, so when he finally went back to
How did he not break all his bones?
Finally, when he went to hospital, because obviously you need to go to hospital. That
Yeah.
when they worked out his blood was
Pooling inside him.
No,
but seven times over the fatal limit. So that is like drinking 9 bottles of vodka in the space of like an hour, or it's yeah.
I was going to say, I did read a list of like famous, like the world's best drinkers, and they were all famous ones. And like number 2 was I think Churchill, because he used to wake up, have a vodka and tonic, stay in bed and do a load of work. Then have a
wake up, do a bunch of coke.
No. Then he'd drink and have a load of champagne or stuff with lunch, and then he'd have a whiskey something with an afternoon, and then he stayed drunk the whole time, and it helped him deal with all the shit he was having to deal with during the war and what have you. Similarly with Frank Sinatra, he was supposedly constantly wasted on Jack Daniels and whiskies and various things. And he's quoted with saying, I feel really sorry for people who don't drink. When they wake up, that's the best they're going to feel all day. Which I think is quite good. It's a good quote, but he was a complete twat. Anyway, but yeah. Laura, your fact is next.
Does that mean pick up your phone, Laura?
It does mean pick up your phone, Laura. And put down the wine glass.
Oh, but I'm an excellent drink.
We're in practice.
It'll kill your brain cells.
It'll just make my brain shrink away from its sides.
And you won't taste it.
Hang on, we've done your fact, haven't we? I've gone the wrong way.
Yeah.
Sorry, idiot me.
It's not just the first time.
Okay, Laura, put your phone down, God's sake. Dave, you're up next. In completely expected and non-surprising terms.
As scripted.
Yes, as scripted. I need to keep hold of my script.
So, are you pulling my goose? No. I'm going to talk about...
Till later.
I'm going to talk about a festival, and it's not any... Let's paint the dog because he's our best friend, or create a buffet for monkeys because they're amazing. No. This is based on a sport thought to have originated in Spain and later became a traditional festival celebrated in many countries around the world. It started in about the 12th century, and this is goose pulling. The rules are simple.
You dress up in feathers, make yourself really low in the cleavage.
Lots of breast. We like it.
Yep. I'm a leg man.
Unfortunately, we're building to the total wrong direction here. A goose has its neck greased, is tied up by its feet and hung across a street. Then, men on horseback have to gallop past and attempt to pull off its head.
Fuck a duck.
Good
phrase,
Yeah.
Decapitate a goose.
Yeah. Mid gallop, one hand, try and clock this thing's head off.
You can tell which are the bachelors from that one.
Yeah, right. All my greased up goose came right off in the end. But, okay, so despite its gruesome nature, the event is done as a part of Shrove Tuesday celebrations and remains popular in the Netherlands and Germany to this day. Thankfully, these days, a dead goose is used.
That's quite good. Okay, I can live with a dead goose.
Can you?
Yeah. Did you guys ever hear about the, it's kind of the sport that Quidditch is based on?
Back when, in the oldie times when we had flying broomsticks.
No. They used to do a horseback sport. It's done with a ball that's kind of got a cage around it made of kind of bamboo-y style. It's 2 circles basically crossing over to make a kind of handholds for this ball, and you do it on horseback. But originally they used to do it with a cage with a live duck in it before, and they used to try and get the Quidditch funny. It's totally funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious because the duck would live and presumably get eaten afterwards. Yeah, so no. I'm just thinking of sports involving birds. Beach volleyball.
Sure beats beach volleyball with a duck.
No, I was just thinking sports with birds, but yes, I would prefer beach volleyball with a duck.
It would be quite, no ball, just
I'm
chuck a duck in there.
Picturing Alice in Wonderland playing croquet with the...
Oh, with the hedgehogs.
With the duck.
Yeah, but they've got the
Oh, the flamingo.
Yeah, the flink.
One of the coolest facts I found out when I was researching for this show is that there are more plastic flamingos in the world than there are real ones, which I think is quite fun. So, for round 2, are we going to go with Laura's pre-sliced bread, my super drunk, or Dave's goose grabbing festival? Laura, who are you going to go with?
Super drunk.
I'm going to goose grab, because I'm single. Dave, who are you going with?
I don't like competition, but the alcoholic's got to take it.
It's Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I'll throw a beer can at your head if you don't.
Excellent, so that's the end of round 2.